Hello and welcome back to Naga Diaries. Today we are going to make a traditional Japanese kite. Is what I would have said, but in fact I have already done that. Everything happened so quickly that I didn't even have the time to record a proper intro there. So we went by bus to a community center in one of the other little settlements in the village area here. And we built the kites there. So to prepare, it already painted a picture on a large sheet of Japanese paper. What's it called again? Washi paper? I think that's the name. And then what we would do today is put the frame on there to make it a kite. And as we got into the center, there were a couple of older Japanese men there, and they were really eager to get going. They were just like, all right, sit down here, get your little newspaper mat, put your painted picture on there, get the sticks on there, glue them on there, and just get go. So I didn't actually have the time to record anything. I did at the end, after I had done the bits where I could just managed to glue the sticks on there, but then when it got to the part that was so advanced that I couldn't follow it anymore, like put the string in the proper way to make the kite fly, I did actually just record a little bit of the Japanese guy who then helped me do it. So I'll stick that in here. And now that you have seen that, well, you can't really build a kite without flying it, can you? So we have to go and fly it, which is going to happen tomorrow. So hopefully the weather is just as nice as it is today. You'll notice I'm standing here in a little corner of my living room, because if I go a little bit further, it looks like this. It's really bright outside. Very nice weather today. Hopefully it stays like this. Weather forecasters say it's going to be colder and potentially some snow. So yeah, we'll see. But it's certainly kite flying time. And I know I said it's tomorrow, but for you, it's going to happen right now. Swish!
I'm trying to get your kite. audio. Michael is now being taught how to fly a kite. Oh!
just realize that the audio is going to be all because of the wind.
Oh my god, my frickin' hands are freezing. Which is yours, that one? Can't zoom. No, you're not. You've got it, Dave. You've got it. Did you give it a bit of a tug? I'd like to zoom into it.
Okay, up top, this thing here. If you drag it to the right, it zooms in, and if you drag it the other way, it zooms out.
Oh yes.
I'm going to keep that audio in there.
No, don't keep that one in there.
Alright, so we just returned from the kite flying, and well, as you probably saw, the weather was a little bit less nice than it was yesterday. We are now in the local community centre. This is the same place where we built the kites yesterday. Now there's a whole bunch of child-friendly games and things going on over here, waiting to get some food happening later. It was good fun going out to fly the kites, and well, they fly really well and go really high, so good fun. And that is that. We are back home. So at this point I haven't actually checked the footage from today, so I don't know how much of the actual kite flying you were able to really get a feel for there. But it was quite fun. It was an event organized by the community center in one of the other little settlements within the village area here. As I mentioned in a previous video, what is called the village is actually an area of 250 square kilometers, and within that there are like 5 or 6 different little settlements that are kind of their own little thing, but governed by the same well, village as they call it. So it was one of the other little settlements, the community center there, or the cultural community within that area, that organized this event. And so it was mostly, of course, for the people from there, but then they also contacted the international cultural center in this settlement area here, and asked them to invite the foreigners that live here, because it's important for them to like share their cultural traditions and get foreigners to join. So that's why I joined. That's why there were some foreigners there that joined the event. And well, the guy you see here next to me, this is my kite. I painted this guy. Well, I actually just traced the thing from like a printed drawing of the guy, traced it there with pencil. But of course, the entire painting afterwards, yeah, I had to do that. And then the whole crafting thing. Let's see if we can do this without messing up the strings or anything too much. So you'll see on the back here there are a couple of different. These are like little flexible bamboo sticks. So when crafting it, these 3 horizontal sticks had to be glued on there first, and then the 3 long ones. At the end of each stick you'll see that it's, let's see if we can actually show that in some way. It's probably a bit difficult to see, but you'll see that it's split at the end here, like just cut open with a little split there, so that they can be interlocked. So the horizontal one here goes into the vertical one there, so the split catches it there, and then they've been all stuck on there with glue. Stick all of them on there, including the diagonal ones first, and then tie it up with string. So tie some string up here, a couple times around there, tie a knot, tie it over there, and then you use the string to tie it up to curve it. So originally it's just lying flat, but then you curve it here by tying the string tightly to it here. Tie another string up there, and then at the bottom, 2 little snips here to tie the big fat rope here to. This rope, as you may have been able to see on the video, the kites had like a long tail. That is this. It's, as I gather, is like for stability and to make them actually able to fly. Depending on weather conditions, you would use different lengths of this string or something like that. And then of course an actual roll of string here to control it. And you remember in the beginning of the video where I talked about one of the Japanese guys taking over and doing it when it got too complicated for me? That was to make this bit at the front here. So you see the string is tied up here and through here in the middle to make the actual thing that you can hold it so that you can actually fly it. And this is really important to get right, like the lengths and everything here, because otherwise it's not going to fly. So that's why it was really good to have the, let's say, more experienced Japanese gentleman to help me there. And then of course you just fly it with the thing here. It was good fun, and well, it's always fun to do these more local, very cultural kinds of things, and it was actually quite fun to have the gathering at the end today with all the food and things happening there, like just to experience how these kinds of local events happen. So yeah, that's what's been going on. And now, I mean, I've got a little kite sitting around here, so if ever I feel adventurous and weather's permitting, then I could go out and send this guy up again. I'm not sure how long they're going to last. It has already taken a bit of a beating here from the wind. The bit you'll see up here was originally all the way across here, but the wind has kind of ripped that apart. This makes a kind of sound when it flies. So yeah, good fun, good fun. Anyway, I'm just rambling all over the place here, so I will end it here for now, and thank you very much for watching, and see you again at some point in the future. Swoosh!